Ladies, have you ever been shamed or silenced for your dominant desires? Have you ever been accused of being bossy, sinful, or out of the natural order for having a powerful voice? Have you ever felt like you're wrong or defective for knowing what you want and calling the shots? If so, keep watching because in this video, I'm sharing 6 secrets to ignite your divine feminine energy so you can finally see what a goddess you truly are. If you're new to this channel, hello and welcome. I'm Miss LX and I'm so glad you're here. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so you won't miss anything new. And if you find this content helpful, you can support the work that goes into this channel over at my Patreon, patreon.com/LXerotica. All right, so the very first point I need to make is being a dominant female does not mean you're really a man, doesn't mean that you're not feminine, and it doesn't mean that you are innately defective as a woman. All right, do I need to repeat that? For those of you who haven't heard my story, I grew up with incredibly horrible and pervasive religious abuse that shamed me and told me I was defective, really, for simply being a dominant female. The message was that I needed to be tamed like some sort of wild animal and brought under the authority of a man because I was not allowed to have authority. My insights were wrong. My leadership was wrong. My voice was wrong. I was too much, too strong, too powerful, and nowhere near submissive enough to be a proper woman. Ladies, have you been shamed, attacked, and vilified by these same messages? Have you heard these same messages too? If so, I'm here to tell you, from queen to queen, that these arguments are complete lies that have been weaponized against you to steal your rightful power and silence your voice in order to destroy your influence. So do not buy into it. All right? In fact, I would like to do a series on the effects of religious abuse, on vanilla conditioning, female domination. So if you're interested in that, if you've been brought up in that kind of culture that shamed you out of your voice and you would like me to do a series on that, drop a comment and let me know. But unfortunately, a common result of such abusive and misogynistic teaching is the belief that men prefer a pretty face and a quiet mouth, and that's the basis of a woman's value. Her ability to be quiet and pleasing. Now, this argument is subtly stated in many ways and essentially expects women to keep the peace at the cost of our own voice. And if a woman does assert herself, she's being a controlling, demanding bitch. But that's just another lie meant to shame and disable women in order to control them. And that is certainly not the case in femdom. In fact, if you're afraid to own and demand your desires, ladies, you will not be an effective dominant. You will turn off your submissives. They'll get bored. They'll be unfulfilled. Why? Because you're not actually being dominant. You're being codependent. So that's why you need to understand, ladies, that owning your true voice and expressing your desires doesn't make you a bitch. Okay? Do you remember what we discussed last week about the 4 predominant forms of arousal within BDSM? Often for submissives, the act of being denied a desired kink or sexual experience by the hands of their dominant will dramatically increase submissive arousal as they're reminded of their place beneath you. All right? So remember, ladies, female domination should not render you a kink dispenser, a sexual vending machine, or a service top. This is your opportunity to find your voice and demand the fulfillment of your desires without shame or guilt. Because here's the thing, ladies, female domination is not femdom porn, okay? Femdom porn exists for men. Female domination should exist for women, okay? Yes. If the submissive men under our feet serve us well and please us, we can generously provide pleasure. But the purpose of femdom is not about pleasing men. Yet so often, porn-addicted beta males have the expectation that as a dominant woman, you're a kink dispenser, nothing more than a service top. basically stripping her of all authentic power. In fact, this happens so often, I actually did a full video about the secrets of female domination that you need to know. So just follow the link in this video's description to check it out. Another shame point I help my femdoms work through in our coaching and mentor sessions surrounds the theme of emotions. Another message we often receive as women is that our emotions make us unreliable, erratic, and out of control. And yes, I have known quite a few women who have survived trauma and need deep healing in their emotions and attachment styles. That does exist too, okay? But the presence of emotions does not define a woman as unreliable, erratic, or out of control. That's another shame argument, again, used against women, weaponized against women to silence our voices and to control us. So don't fall for it, especially in femdom. The truth is, the presence of emotions does not disqualify your dominance. In fact, I've found that the presence of organic emotions facilitates unexpected and therefore exhilarating play for submissives, as they cannot predict or anticipate based on previous patterns, okay? So, are you PMSing and feeling extra sharp with your words? Well, if your submissive is into humiliation play, that's the perfect opportunity to bring out your inner degrader. Exhausted and overwhelmed from work after a long week? Gag that submissive for a quiet night of domestic and sexual service. Your emotions are not your enemies, but your emotions were not designed to be in control of you either. You need to control your emotions, so be the master of your emotions and use them to get the dominant experience you desire. And remember, ladies, you do not need to be masculine or aggressive to be a valid femdom. If some days you feel that way, you're welcome to act on it. But masculine or aggressive energy is by no means required to be a powerful female dominant. You can absolutely identify as a sadistic degrader, but you can also identify as a soft goddess dom. You can be a strict disciplinarian with her favorite weapon, or a queen who can command the room with a single look. But by saying that women must be masculine or display aggressive energy to be authentic is yet another shame argument used to control women and our sexual expression. But remember, ladies, ma'am is just as powerful as sir. And adding to the last point, you do not have to wear leather, latex, or a boned corset to be a femdom. These false qualifications often originate from femdom porn and are thrust onto women as even more controlling expectations of our sexuality and dominant expression. Here's the thing, ladies. The best thing you can wear in a scene is whatever makes you feel the most confident. If you prefer latex bodysuits and PVC boots, rock it. But if you prefer luscious, feather-lined robes and queenly accessories instead, rock it. You are fully in control of what your submissive sees and when, and you are under no obligation to fit into a particular style of dress. And if you don't know where to begin, my advice is to hop onto Pinterest and start a femdom fashion board where you can choose individual items or outfits you find sexy and empowering, and then go through the board to see themes or patterns that reveal your unique dominant style.